Hello everyone, welcome back to Chasing Narrative with AJ, and today I'm going to talk about an important subject. Lying at MEPS. If you don't, you're going to prolong your process and you're going to be just like this guy in this video. Let's get to the video.
These recruiters are not your friends. These motherfuckers will do and say anything to get you the fuck in, even if it ends up fucking you over in the long run. For example, I had a recruiter that basically, I let her know, like, hey, I got in trouble when I was 18. I got a felony and I went to jail for 2.5 months. They looked at my record. They're like, oh, we can't see any record of that. I'm like, okay. And they're like, all right, well, don't bring it up then. It doesn't matter. You're good. Talked to another recruiter and she was like, no, that's actually not okay.
That's where he went wrong. His recruiter told him, you're going to be good. More than likely, the station commander probably told him he's going to be good. But no, he wants to be a smart ass and go talk to another recruiter about his situation. Like, you don't trust your recruiter to provide you the service that you need in order to join? Yeah, I wouldn't want to work with him. Hell no.
Oh, like regardless of whether it shows or not shows, like, you need to still get the police records, and you also need to let it be known that you went to jail for 2.5 months, because if you don't, that's called falsifying information, and you can actually get penalized.
So, let me tell you guys a secret. When you go to a recruiting station, right, we do your fingerprints. The results are ran through an FBI database. If nothing shows, you're good. Now, we have this other website called Flitsies. Flitsy is a website that we use to see if you have charges or not. If you tell me that you sold cannabis and it was under 10 grams, I'm gonna check the results from your fingerprints, and I'm gonna check the results for Flitsies. So Flitsies is something, again, that we would use in Florida. If nothing shows with the results of your fingerprints and nothing shows in Flitsies, guess what? You don't tell MEPS that you sold 10 grams of weed, marijuana, cannabis, Mary Jane, whatever you want to call it. Don't tell MEPS nothing, because they can't see nothing. This guy, he went to another recruiter, explaining his situation. Of course, recruiter's like, yeah, you need to get the police records, you need to get things of that nature. The only time I would recommend somebody get police records is if something shows up in Flitsies, which is the comprehensive database. If something shows up in Flitsies and it's like a speeding ticket, got an assault charge or DUI, something like that, yeah, I need court records. I need to know what happened. The court records are going to explain everything to me. But if nothing shows from your fingerprints report and nothing shows on Flitsies, you are good to go. I don't get it, but let's get into the video.
Demoted or kicked out, and I when I heard that, I was like, I was tight. I couldn't. I really was flabbergasted that these people were about to just really let me try and get through, and then meet the the head sergeant of the background, whatever it is, and have them basically tell me, yep, sorry, you falsified information. There's actually a charge, and you're kicked out now. So because of that, I had to then switch my recruiter over, and my recruiter that I have now, way cooler, way better. She's over here, telling me like, hey, if you attempt to get people in, this and that, if you can show me an effort, I'll upgrade you to an E2, E3 before you leave. Those last recruiters were never offering me that. They were never saying none of that shit to me. So I'll tell you what, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And this.
Now, it seems to me that he really didn't have any faith in his previous recruiter, because he just didn't have that connection. It seemed like with this new recruiter, he had that connection. Now, again, I don't know if they found something from the results of his fingerprints. I don't know if they found something in a database that showed that he had these charges. If that's the case, then he's absolutely right. But if nothing showed up and the recruiter's telling him like, hey, you're good to go at MEPS, then he should have went forward with the process. The only thing that I would give him some type of leeway on, it seemed like he just didn't have that relationship with his previous recruiter, especially when he said that she didn't mention like promotion, things of that nature. So in that case, he actually did the right thing. But if it was one of those experiences that you are an applicant and you have nothing that shows up in the database for your fingerprints and for Flitsies, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The recruiter told you like, hey, I got you, that's what you need to do. Then listen to that recruiter. And then especially if the station commander, the person that's in charge of all the recruiters, tells you, you are good to go. I'm telling you, trust me.
Your
message from
recruiter.
someone that apparently has been following me, and they said, oh, I did not disclose something to my recruiter, and I went to MEPS. They found out, and now the recruiter said I might get disqualified.
Now, that will piss me off. I always tell people, when you sit down in my chair, be honest with me and tell me what charges you might have. Tell me. Therefore, I know how to adjust fire when it comes to you dealing with MEPS. Because if you don't tell me what has transpired in your past and you go up to MEPS and you're like, hey, I sold over 20 grams of marijuana, or I sold coke in the past, or I've gotten a DUI, or I got a domestic violence issue. For one, I'm not gonna really want to work with you no more, because I'm like, damn, dude, I can't even trust you, because now you make me look bad. Now I gotta explain to my station commander, I gotta explain to my company commander, my company first sergeant, how in the hell you went up to MEPS and disclosed this information without me knowing. That's gonna make me look bad, for one. Two, it's like, I can't trust you, because now you went up to MEPS and you done told them this story and you failed to relay that information to me. The third thing, and most importantly for the applicant, which is you might be disqualified now. You might be permanently disqualified because you failed to relay some type of message to me about your previous law history. So again, if this were to happen to me, I won't want to work with the applicant no more, because for one, you almost got me into some major trouble, like an investigation. If you lie to your recruiter, that's gonna bring some type of tension towards you and that recruiter. And also too, if you're dealing with somebody like myself, I wouldn't want to work with you no more. I would just tell you to go to another recruiter, to be honest with you, because now I can't even trust you.
It's so very simple. Do not hide anything from your recruiter. Learn from this. It is not about the situation. It is not about whatever that incident is, or when you got in trouble sometimes with a police officer or your medical records. It is about how that makes you look. Now you don't seem trustworthy to them. The military is very big on integrity. One of the core values in the Air Force is integrity first. Now it makes them feel like we cannot trust you with something as small as this. Imagine putting people's lives in your hands. Imagine giving you information that can jeopardize the entire mission. That really portrays you as somebody who is not qualified for the military. So it's not only about your medical records. Most often they already have that information. If you've ever visited the hospital, they have that information. Do not hide anything from the recruiters. Oftentimes the recruiters will help you. They will look at the situation. Okay, this is how we're going to go about it. We're probably going to get you a waiver to show that this is something that happened in the past. This doesn't reflect who you are now, whether medically or even just in your criminal history or whatever the situation might be. Same thing goes for your security clearance interview. Do not hide anything from them. They will find out. They probably already know before asking you, but what they are trying to get is, how trustworthy are you? That is the entire purpose of a secret clearance. We trust this person. It is not that, oh, you never smoked weed before, or you never did whatever you did. It is about just being honest. This is the situation. This is where I was. Now we know the real situation. But if you let them find out themselves, first you're untrustworthy, and they can make assumptions about that situation. But if you come up front with them, now you say, oh, this is what happened. This is what the context was, and now we can find a way to work around it. So for anybody else, don't hide anything from the recruiters. The recruiters 9 times out of 10 will help you. Don't hide anything in your security clearance interview. It's very simple. But again, don't go out of your way to share irrelevant information. Stay guarded, but until next time, stay inspired. Stop.
I'm telling you, like, I've seen so many times that applicants have went up to MEPS and like, hey, I stole a hubcap. And now the recruiter is like, yo, like, why did you even tell MEPS that? So it just prolongs the applicant's process. I'm telling you, if you're looking to join and you want to join as soon as possible, and you go up to MEPS and you tell them something that's not worth telling, you're going to hurt yourself at the end of the day. Again, you want to listen to your recruiter. Now, you want to be smart as well. If something shows up in your record and a recruiter tells you still don't say anything, then yeah, you need to go see another recruiter. So when it comes to your court paperwork, you need like court documents, you need police reports, you got to get what they call a 369, where you got to get it signed off by the county that you're currently living in, the state you're currently living in, the city you're currently living in. And if you've been in jail, the recruiter's supposed to go to the jailhouse and get some type of document saying that, hey, this person spent X amount of days in jail. Let me show you guys one more video.
Let's talk about it. Now, this is a touchy one because I'm not a recruiter anymore. I don't run a recruiting substation anymore, and I'm not in the military anymore, but I do have experience on this topic. Do recruiters sometimes encourage their applicants to lie when they go to MEPS? The answer is yes, some recruiters do that. And why would a recruiter do that? To ensure that you are able to get into the military. Are there waivers for a lot of the things they're telling you to lie about? There are waivers. There's waivers for just about anything. And to be honest, you could be missing your trigger finger and you're trying to enlist into the infantry and the Marine Corps. There's a waiver for it. The truth of the matter is that waiver going to get approved or not? Now, that's the type of scenario that will encourage a recruiter to push their applicant into lying about something when they go to MEPS. Now, years ago, it was as simple as a recruiter telling the applicant to lie, the applicant sticking to that lie when they go to MEPS, and boom, they made it into the military because they just passed their physical. Nowadays, there's a system out there called Genesis. And what Genesis is a system that MEPS is able to use. They type your social into this system and your medical history will pull up. So lying about your medical past can certainly get you in trouble when you go to MEPS. What I'm usually seeing nowadays is like if my kid were to go into the military, you know, I could tell my kid, hey, lie about these things, don't mention these things, and you'll be able to make it in, right? Because I know the military, I was in the military. The issue is when parents or family members or friends are telling you to do that, they are not familiar with how recruiting works today with Genesis. So the best thing that you can do is meet with your recruiter, have a closed door conversation with your recruiter, and your recruiter is a subject matter expert when it comes to how Genesis works. So if you're worried about something, I wouldn't just go screaming that something from the mountaintops. I wouldn't go to MEPS and lie about it without mentioning it to my recruiter. You need to have a closed door conversation with your recruiter, and your recruiter will guide you through the enlistment process. If you ask your recruiter something that maybe they just don't know the answer to, the recruiter is going to go and talk to the station commander or the staff NCOIC, the person who's running that recruiting substation, and they will coach up the recruiter on how.
And I've done that many times. Even though I was a recruiter for 5 years, I still did it. And no matter if I was at year 3, year 4, but I always got with my station commanders and found out like, hey, should I do this? Like, is this the right answer? And mind you, he's talking more medical. When it comes to medical, especially over the last like 2-3 years of my recruiting career, I never told people to lie about medical because they had a Genesis system. So a lot of the stuff they were able to see beforehand. I'm talking about law. That's what I'm talking about. But I agree with everything he said about medical. Like, you don't want to go up to MEPS and lie to MEPS without letting your recruiter know, because again, it could be a big investigation that can happen. Your recruiter can technically get in trouble. Your station commander can get in trouble as well. And more importantly, you could be permanently disqualified over a decision that you made that was selfish, and you decided to not tell your recruiter, and guess what? Now you're permanently disqualified because you did it to yourself.
How to properly address something. But if you're hiding information from your recruiter whose goal is to get you into the military, that is a mistake. And also, I'll mention this because I know there's somebody out here that needs to hear it. If you and your recruiter talked it out and you decided that you were going to lie about something and your recruiter was like, okay, yep, that's the route you want to go, that's the route we'll go. And then you get to MEPS and you decide to chicken out and tell the MEPS people that, oh, I'm sorry, I left that off, I was lying, but my recruiter told me to lie. Ultimate blue falcon right there. If you think that throwing your recruiter's name under the bus is going to get you out of being in trouble for lying when you went to MEPS, you're wrong. All that's going to do is burn bridges, because again, the recruiter is trying to get you into the military, which is obviously something you want to do. Now, all recruiters are not on board with this, that's for sure. But as it was put to me when I first came out to recruiting duty, you can either be an honest, meaning you buy the book, you submit waivers for everything. You can either be an honest recruiter and suck at being a recruiter because you're not able to get anybody through the process, or you can be a good recruiter, but you live in the gray a little bit. That's how it was explained to me when I first went out there. Again, I am not condoning anybody to go to MEPS and lie to the recruiter, lie to MEPS, whatever. That's not the proper way to do it. I'm just saying I have seen it.
He's absolutely right. So I wanted to show you guys this video because sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do in order to have an opportunity in life. And if a recruiter is telling you, hey, this is the best move forward in order to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish for yourself and your family, then you need to do it. Because 9 out of 10, that recruiter is gonna guide you the right way. And if you feel uncomfortable with that recruiter, then talk to his or her supervisor. And if you still feel uncomfortable with what that supervisor is telling you, then go to another recruiting station. But at the end of the day, we're really trying to help you guys join. So I really appreciate you guys. Like always, remember, if you're looking to join the military, do not lie to your recruiter. Always be honest with your recruiter. So appreciate you guys. Like always, salute. Peace.